Welcome back to Total Warhammer 3 in part 2 of our Gor-Rok SFO Grimhammer campaign. In today's episode, we are here a turn later for the Siege of Sabatun. Clan Pestilence has a warlord by the name of Toxer, as well as a whole heap of clan rats, warp grinders, and some gutter runner slings, and a plague claw catapult to defend the settlement here. As well as, I guess, 4 menace below summons. Rats will be bursting up from the ground. Our resolve says it'll be a decisive victory. Let's come on in and take a look at the map. Luckily, we do have a lot of area we can kind of move Saurus up into the trees where the Plague Claw aren't as capable of doing damage. We just have to keep the menace below summons out of the back lines of our skink cohort javelins, otherwise we'll take way more casualties than we initially would want. Let's get in there and smash some rats. Alright, and I will probably go ahead and cut out that entire load screen. It cut to black for a strange amount of time there in the beginning. Normally, I would just leave that little bit of black kind of fade to the load screen in, not this time. Let's set up the Saurus with shields up front. We will still want to probably hide everyone in the woods, except for Gor-Rok and the probably Croak and the Revivification Crystal. Let's have deployment set up. Move these 3 units over once, and these and this, slightly apart from one another. We'll have all the skink cohort with javelins. I think we'll take a couple of them and go for a sneaky move through the woods over here. They can manage to do it. If they get spotted, they'll have a really bad time, but otherwise, fantastic little bit of flank. Throw these 2 javelin runners up on top of the hill here, and then we'll have the normal Saurus moving in kind of behind. One of you up behind our javelins. Spread out the rest of them there. Beautiful. And we may even send one of these Saurus over here just in case they do get spotted. Menace below will stand no chance. Those 2 in guard mode. What else with group 1 here, except for the 2 skink cohort in guard mode. Perfect. All looks good. Grab these 3, and then we'll just kind of move them all in together. They'll kind of give each other heals. We passed out the regeneration standard over to our Bastilodons. It doesn't normally give itself any heals with the crystal, so now it has regeneration itself, and fantastic. Alright, let's keep Croak definitely nearby these other 2 here, probably more in the center. And let's get this battle started. You know what? Now let's get this battle started. Alright, Gor-Rok, your job is to go ahead back there and break down that Plague Claw catapult. But get moving, they're spawning units over by them. Interesting. I don't think they get to keep their menace below summons, but if they do, that's fair use. Over here in the woods, as long as you can. The dangerous unit here is definitely going to be those warp grinders. Up and around. One of them's maybe going to expose themselves. Let's charge on up to the warp grinder. You keep hunting down Toxer the Warlord, although it is likely that they are going to try to stay well away. You're going to put the frontline Saurus in their own group. I'm going to lock them and then just send them into battle. You guys come on out. We'll leave the Saurus with axes or the maces in to fight here. You go straight after Toxer there. Go for the big bubble of nope. Let's get everyone together. Gor-Rok's in the fray. If you want to surround Croak, so be it. We'll drop down the big bubble of nope. Get everyone. Somehow. Start exploding rats. Looks like there's a lot of them surrounding Gor-Rok. Let's go ahead and give them a hug. We'll have you 2 come on over. Quickly to get those javelins throwing. Saurus, come on out. Let's start getting Croak away from this nonsense here. We got Spear Saurus coming on in to help. He is very surrounded. Got most of our Saurus over here in the woods. Let's pull him on away. And those gutter runners got some really good damage in. They're all choosing to throw their rocks at Croak. Fair idea. Gor-Rok is really bogged down. Let's get these guys into melee with the Plague Claw quickly. Come on in, Skinks. We need you now more than ever. Croak's getting completely bombarded here. He's got a lot of missile resist, but I mean, they'll get some damage through regardless. continue to summon more units on top of Gor-Rok, an interesting strategy. Alright, good. They're mauling the Blade Claw. And the swords are doing real great in the woods there, as you would expect. Got one more. Itza, how were you able to launch these catapult shots? That's absolute nonsense. They're in the middle of being mauled. Alright, they're broken. Let's send the Revivification Crystal up. Kroak is getting absolutely torn to shreds here. Which I'm also going to go ahead and call nonsense. He's got a ton of resistance here. Those rats doing a great job. You deal with those spears, you come on back up. Yeah, somehow the Plague Claw catapults are able to fire completely unabated. I'm not sure how they did that. They're being attacked the whole time. The crews are still able to launch those shots. Even backwards. That's pretty impressive. Summon a Midas Blow on these group here. Kroak took a lot of damage there. We definitely need to try to bring Revivification over, help out. Gutter Runners versus Gor-Rok will be an easy fight for him. Real unfortunate that those Plague Claws managed to get firing even for a few moments. All the free damage. Slaughter these Clan Rats next. Looks like there's not much left. You guys turn and start throwing those javelins at where you can. You just have to break the last few Clan Rats now. Not always the easiest thing to do. They're just all over the place. You two come on down. We need to heal up a couple of these other units here. Just stay close enough that you do get the heals. Oh, okay, the battle outcome has been decided, so that drops the healing off of the Bastiladon Crystal. Beautiful victory. Alright. Slice of victory. Kroak just took an absolute ton of damage. We need to make sure we avoid that for the future. Getting 3 alignments there, so we are at least 1 step forward, or at least 3 steps forward, I guess, 2 steps back. Still making some progress. We will go ahead and sack the settlement, as we need to sack 3 Scaveny settlements for the Mace of Ulamok. I'm tempted to stay here and attack them once more. Only issue is we can't go into the encamp stance, so what we'll do is we'll just actually... We sacked it once, take Sabatun here this turn, so that we can get... Oh, Kroak isn't doing any replenishing at all. That's really not good. All of our healing for Kroak is going to be in the battle itself. Only got minus 10% replenishment rate. Why is it so hampered? I wonder. We definitely need to get him healed up. That's kind of why I grabbed Sabatun, but if it didn't work out, then it didn't work out. We'll go ahead and repair the building, and we'll come on back in and probably sack a couple of these other settlements before claiming them. We don't know how many more that Clan Pestilens is actually squatting in. Can we see how many they're down to? 4 settlements. Spittle's right next to them, so they own most of the coast here. Really? They got... The Cult of Sotek is being pushed back down the coast. Rakarth, it looks like he has been wiped out by the Kotep's followers, which is bizarre. Yeah, they've looks like they've pushed out Rakarth. Almost, at least. Interesting. We're gonna have Rinky come on in here and get a couple more skink cohort with javelins. He's just gonna kind of hold the ground. We're gonna make sure he is kind of a skink and Kroxagor army. We did grab the Kroxagor Ancient with the perfect spawn trait, as was suggested there. He's got 25% more fire resist, which is not super fantastic, but the ability regeneration just as a passive is more than what makes up for all of that there. So Rinky is going to be a disturbing addition to our team for sure. Smashing his way through the enemy lines and causing terror. He by himself can hold Itza with the garrison force. That's kind of why I grabbed him in. We need to get alignments running, and he will be able to be a very solid rock while the skink cohort chuck javelins around behind him. Alright then. We can grab a couple more skinks there, but I think that's a bad call. We'll keep saving up our blessed spawnings as well. Grab them in when we need them. Perfect. Well, with the Citadels of Zeti actually pushing back Ricard, we may actually want to give them... I don't know, maybe Rikarth is just waiting for them to get wiped out. He'd be right here. Exiles of Kotep, or the Deserters of Kotep, are doing fantastic. And this isn't even Kotep's force himself, it's like a rebel army. We'll go ahead and grab military access only. If they survive the onslaught of the Undeath, we will then try to get a defensive pack with them possibly, so we can get in some Saurus that we won't have to be paying for with gold. It'd be fantastic. Skip on through. Don't want to do any upgrading to Oxial, just in case there are rats nearby, which I can almost guarantee there are. We'll end the turn. Okay, no, the Sentinels of Zeti are no more. Wiped out by, looks like... No, it was a combined force of Rakarth and the Undead there that wiped them out. We become a Disciplinarian and the Tablet of Saurus. The following item advances the Great Plan concerning Saurus. Missile resist and recruitment cost. No rats near Oxial, really. Huh. I kinda wanted them to come on over and try to take it from me so I could sack the settlement. Let's go into... I think we'll go into March Stance just to make it back into Oxial. Or Wixel. We need to keep saving for the next settlement tier in Itza. That way we get our Saurus with shield rolling on in as well. So there's that Saurus Scarvet as fast as we can. How well defended is Chakwa? Very. Understood. Not much we can really do until we start securing these areas. So we will grab the Chameleon Menagerie here, as it gives us access to some Pharaoh Cold ones, which will be very quick. We've got armor piercing, something we definitely need. Fast mobile units. Shut down the rats, gutter runners, and things. I'm gonna have Rinky grab one more skink cohort, and then perhaps we give him some Saurus. Quite expensive they are. We just can't really give them to Gor-Rok right now. We'll give him the clever girls here in turns. We just need to take down the Citadel of Time next. That's where we're headed. Try to do so before Clan Spittle comes after us, because I'm thinking that's who controls these two settlements here. Every turn we're not fighting is really bad for us. Okay, so these actually are going to take the same amount of time. So sequence of the Guardian spawning is going to take 12 turns, 10% more weapon strength for Saurus and Temple Guard. 12 turns is a lot. I think we should also go ahead and grab... enemy, huh? Probably need to move down one of these as quick as we can so we get one of the sequences activated. Extra income from mines and quarries does sound pretty awesome. We have to move to all of these. I guess same. Either one is going to be a lot. Let's focus down our actual provinces then first, on the campaign map. So we'll go for industry, income from cities, upkeep in our own area. Let's go for more income from cities. Wait, actually, you know what we need to, since we need to sack settlements, we'll grab the 12 turns just for more income from sacking settlements. Does not feel right. We'll do sequence of productivity. As I've changed my mind again, sequence of the Guardian spawning. If we're going to take 12 turns, we might as well get started. It makes our Saurus way stronger. And they've already got 65 weapon strength, giving 10% more to that will be fantastic. Okay, we'll pull all that indecision out of the way. Any kind of deals we can make? No? So we end the turn. Alright then. Filthy rat spawn. Carry out a successful assassination attempt against the following character. Garrett, who would give us 10 alignments and some treasury. Definitely need the alignments. Can Croak do any wounding? Training, boost income, and stimulate growth. He cannot. So It would not be worth it to take him out to try to take down Garrett that way. We have access to as many of those as we want, but we have no heroes just yet. We can't do any assassinating or the like. That's just the way. Alright, Gor-Rok, let's come on down to down to this position in Oxial. Switch to the Astromancy stance first, though, so we don't get jumped. Or at least we're less likely to get jumped. And then, be able to recruit units in Astromancy, or no? Probably not. I think we'll throw in these Blessed Chameleon Skinks first, before we end the turn. Let me take a look at what we can actually upgrade over in Itza. 1,000 for the insect breeding farm. Okay, so the stone marker gives us some more research rate and some more income from settlement buildings. We can also throw in the totems of Whetley. Will give us Croxagore and eventually more income, or more research rate. Eventually. Huh. Well. I think the best call would be probably the stone marker here. It gives us a little bit of income, but it will increase faction-wide settlement building income by 1%, so the more we get of these things, the more we layer that buff up. That costs 2,000. Yeah, we can easily throw in the Skink Skirmishers next turn with Gor-Rok. Really don't like that our alignments are about to drop down to, what, 41? We need to get into another battle quick. They push you to hustle on these alignments, because you start taking some debuffs quickly. Maybe you're meant to start having some debuffs hit really early on. You have to kind of recover from there, and once you do recover, you start really snowballing. Let's go ahead and end the turn. Masters order Gor-Rok to hear you. What's going on, Ten Wayne? He's trading with Citadel of Dusk and the Ghosts of Powhawks. We will happily trade with you as well. Hopefully you can start recovering some land. Okay, so we've got a rebellion in the Lost Valley. That's Morlock here. And even if we went after to try to engage them, they would likely just turn and run. Right, unlocked. You can awaken a mage priest from his contemplation must not be done lightly. Those that are roused add their unfathomable power to great purpose. We'll grab one of them very soon. Can we do that for free? Yeah, you can do that for a lot of money, actually. Alright then. Rite of Resilience is free, though. So we need to get rank 5 with our faction leader. Gor-Rok will level you. We're almost there. Looks like Skrulk is hanging out outside of the Sentinel of Time, so if we were to attack... Okay, interesting.
I am blind to this.
He moved on up through the gap here to attack the Sentinel. So we could... Well, what we're going to do is we're going to attack Ian Roxborough here, because he's out in the middle.
Against council orders.
Grab in those Blessed Skinks. Rite of Primeval Glory unlocked. And we'll go into the Battle March stance. We can roll out. Definitely want Skrulk to be reinforcing, so we're going to move in as fast as we can on Ion here. He will likely have a few summons minutes below to try to slow us down. We're going to basically balls to the walls on him. And as soon as Skrulk comes in, he'll get surrounded and destroyed as well. We can upgrade them with alignments. Blessed Spawning of Teapot. Perfect Vigor and Spell Resist. Show Tech gives them flaming attacks and burns the enemy. And then Quetzal gives them heals and resistance. Sweet. That's incredible. I mean, I'm not going to spend the alignments on that, but that's incredible. We need them to buff up Croak right now. Alright, Gor-Rok. Gotta keep Croak safe. We also need those skills. I would really have liked to grab the Feral Cold ones, but we just don't have the time. Get them. Gonna make Ten and Wayne mad. We probably should have checked to see if we can get any deals with him first. We move on over. Pyrrhic Victory, medium casualties, so it says. They don't get any Menace Below summons. Wow, that's 16 Plague Claw catapults. Grief. Well, we definitely need to make sure we move over and crush this first group very quickly. If we get bogged down and we can't move to stop these Plague Claw catapults, we're in bad shape. It's just open ground. We need to move fast. Luckily, that's a lot of trees. That does slow down the ability for these Plague Claws to actually fire as effectively. We just need to move incredibly aggressively. Let's get them. Alright, so reinforcements are coming in from the side. That's not fantastic for us, because it kind of means we can't fully commit smashing this group here. We have to do something a little bit different. So let's set up with the Saurus Warriors. Can't quite move over and beat them fast enough. And they will likely try to retreat just to give them some time. Not great. Set up the Saurus Warriors. Set up the Skinks. Our expendable Javelin Throwers. Revive Crystal. Gor-Rok needs to stay behind the Revive Crystal. He'll have Gor-Rok back here as well. So then we'll throw in the Spear Saurus. Your job is going to be to stop the main brunt of these clan rats as they come on over, wolf rats too, while our other shield Saurus, ones with maces, can get prepared to throw down with Skrulk's forces here. Leave you next to Croak so you can heal. Right then, infantry. We'll grab our skink chameleons as well. What are the blessed versions? They've got the Calm Presence, Physical Resist, 50% Missile Resist, which is fantastic. Pretty much the best skirmishers that there are. They don't have Snipe, though, which is a wee bit sad. We'll push them. I don't think they're nearly as fast as the wolf rats, so we'll want to keep them back. Yeah, we'll want to keep them back near our troops. Alright then. That'll begin. We'll grab all the Skinks and Gor-Rok. Send them forward with our spears. Meanwhile, the Sword Saurus, or I guess the Axe Saurus, come on around and get set up. Bring you two around. Or to Hedowin. Yeah, I think we're gonna have a really bad time here if we're not careful. Luckily, these guys behind us here are not very scary, and they're all real tired, so they should just turn and run. Or I can locate the enemy lord. We can deal with him quickly. Have all the Saurus moving up so the enemy doesn't have any time to actually come on in. Gor-Rok, you need to be next to the lad that's actually giving you some heals. You're going to kind of plump up a little bit more here. Gor-Rok, I changed my mind. We're going to have you go deal with Skrulk as soon as he arrives. We're going to pretty well ignore this army. Full of Skaven slaves and some few clan rats. Stiladon, you need to stay right next to Croak so we can heal. We're going to need Croak's explosions pretty much immediately. Here they come. He started casting spells the second he arrived. Get in there, Saurus. Rip him to shreds. We need our Bastiladon Crystal over there quick. Big bubble of Nope as well. Anyone that's fighting with Skrulk is going to need some help. I'm watching the other side as well. They're just going to take them a little bit to come on over. I'm going to drop down the big boy Deliverance of Itza. Good grief, that's a lot of rats. You go after Skrulk. I stopped him moving. That was a mistake. Yep, let's go for the big boy deliverance here. Smashed it and knocked him over. Alright, Skinks, get ready. Things are about to get real dicey. Yeah, we missed Croak's Itza, but look at the death toll. You two go after Lord Skrulk there, stop them from moving and attacking. Rip them to shreds, Saurus. The Great Skaven War has begun. Finn and Wade led the charge, and we're here to finish it. Bringing the axes down on the poor unfortunate souls. Not sure what the plan is with these Plague Claw catapults. Look like they're going to try to roll them out of the fight. Yeah, you just charge on over here and deal with that nonsense there. Activate the Calming Presence. Just rip through those clan rats. Looks like Skrulk is already fleeing. If we can kill him fully, we don't have to deal with any more issues of poison. Look at him go. Look at these Plague Claw catapults go. We'll send the Skinks back to run them down. His other army's too scared to move in. I don't blame him. You face the Gor-Rok. Oh, look at our Source Warriors are taking some damage. Come on back. Big bubble of nope on who needs it the most. Looks like these guys. There you go, Saurus. Keep fighting strong. We'll drop the Deliverance of its head here. And death is upon you. They run. Not even once. Deal with them. Our swords are taking a bit of casualties here in the woods, though. Oh, he's summoning Menace below you to try to keep him alive. Look at them all back there. They just stayed. They're all tired. Man, they needed your assistance. You didn't do anything to help them. They're coming on over now. Make sure they're out of the woods so we don't have to deal with any kind of sneaky maneuvers. Yeah, Skrulk's forces are pretty well defeated. Just to pad their kills, you guys all work on this unit of swordsmen here in front of you. Anyone would be proud of each and every one of you. Send these Skinks out to the side. We've got another Deliverance of it so we can drop down if we really needed to. I think we'll save it for these guys coming on over, because it looks like they have the mages back. Interesting. Gor-Rok, come on out of there. No reason to get bogged down in that group of clan rats. Be a big old waste. Try to run down these wolf rats. They're getting stabbed with javelins to start. That's a bad time for everyone. We'll slow down their attack and put a moment here. Spearmen, charge on in and break these spears. Just go around behind. Yeah, those wolf rats did some good damage. Big bubble of nope. Activate. That's all the damage you get. We'll bring the good old Bastiladon back over. Drop the heals off where he can. Yeah, they ran those rats right off. Well done. Time for another Deliverance. It's a boom. Keep Croak away from that nonsense, though. Make sure everyone is unbreakable. Pull the skirmishers away. You guys keep cutting down those spears there. Croak, did you get your Itza boom off? I think you did. Gor-Rok, there's your final target. He wants a hug. Come on in and help out our Skinks there. They're having a little bit of trouble. Just Just keep wiggling Croak around. Just him being places causes problems. Rip them to shreds, Saurus. You get the big bubble of note yet? No, not yet. Can't help out these skinks here, though. Chotek's blessings upon you. Ooh, seriously awesome damage there. You keep bopping these clan rats in your way. He was a melee expert, now he has fallen. Be back there after those wolf rats that want to fight. Let's bring you back over. These swords are having a little bit of trouble. They don't have shields and they're fighting a lot of rats. Bok bok. Big bubble of nope. When it throws the rats around, I had forgotten it actually has a effect like that. Perfect. We almost managed to heal up Lord Croak. We lost a good bit of health on our Saurus warriors, but nothing a little bit of rounding up some captives for a barbecue later can't help. Catch you in a moment. A heroic victory. We managed to secure 2,000 kills going down for Croak. Yeah, no, the big Itza boom was more than enough to pretty well see most of Skroak's reinforcements off in one casting, but a ton of kills going out to every single unit here, really. Except for our Bastilodon, and he was in charge of chasing off a lot of these single entities. That was a fantastic battle. That was a 44, that is at 444 kills. Not just 44 for Gor-Rok himself, the duelist, but a beautiful battle. We will go ahead and it's too tempting to not exterminate them. We gain 5 alignments. Let's go ahead and kill an Ethan this time. Allows us to continue our momentum. Plague Lash, his dreadful staff and the disease it spreads cannot save Skroak from the righteous scourge. But we're now immune to swamp attrition and drop enemy control a little bit further here. Got the right of resilience as well, which we can just activate now. Unbreakable for Saurus. Pursuit of Battle for Saurus, so physical resistance and melee defense as long as they are engaged in melee, as well as expert charge defense, unbreakable, immune to contact. Wow. Yoink. Well, hello, Skroak. Would you like to receive another bonk? Obedience brings victory. I think what we'll do is we'll simply make Gor-Rok a monster, so 2% weapon strength normally, but 10% when fighting against Skaven. And that goes to everyone else when you get it up to level 2. Lord Croak, every single one of your skill points is important. Let's go for the secondary point into Grand Palanquin, and then we can start working on his actual prowess in battle. Is this a Power of the Sun? I was hoping that was an attack. Enemy wins a magic reserve. 10% less. Nice. Alright, Gor-Rok, let's see if we can't finish off Skroak here now. Got all of the barrier on our Saurus. Look at that. That would flee. Decisive win. Yep, we'll give that one to the unresolve. We still lost Saurus, huh? Disappointing. We'll go ahead and exterminate them, though. And we become a rat catcher and gain another extra shard, which will actually be great on Gor-Rok. Hang on now. This extra shard drops spell resistance by 25%, and Croak then will be dropping Itza booms that are completely unresisted. That's pretty terrifying. Alright, Gor-Rok. Grab that secondary point into Enforcer of Order. It's kind of a waste start, but it's one of those long-term ones when we start fighting against Greenskins, Dark Elves, Beastmen, Warriors, and Demons, or even Norska. It's all going to be giving us that extra bump there to weapon strength on Gor-Rok. It'd be great for dueling their champions. Alright, can we get some deals with Henowin before we make him real mad at us? He's not happy with our trespassing, but he is content that we have been smacking rats around. You have slowed down my gaining of the Mace of Ulamok, though, my friend. You don't have enough movement to go into March. Hopefully we can hit this with the Sentinels here next turn. We're going to have to do a whole turn of trespassing, which is not great. Not the most polite way to make friends. Let's go ahead and grab the insect breeding farm up here in the Rizzer Curveza. think. We'll then take the opportunity to grab... Feral Bastiladon's not great because they rampage out. Get some more Normisaurus and prepare Rinky to actually get out into battle. Back up into the neutral alignments, which will be going back down here next turn. Any other deals we can make?
King of Nehekara.
I trust you, Zero. King Beheston, the Deserter. Power is everything, so he'll like me the stronger I become.
Nehekara.
No, I don't trust Nehekara.
My
He's actually not
reigns
fighting against
supreme.
the Cult of Sotek. Interesting. Well, everything is going to be removed from our shores, be it bones or pretty much everyone that's not Lizardmen is getting removed, including the stunties here in the mines. They've lived here for quite some time, thinking that they could coexist. Nay. Still only tier 2 for our Geomantic Web. We need to get this thing up and running quickly. And that gets so strong. Drops upkeep for all Slan. I wonder if that counts Croak. He's a hero. He's the only hero Slan there is, though, so I don't know. How much do you pay for Croak normally? Oh, 0. Okay, fair enough. And turn. Alright, a heroic spawning. A rare spawning has produced a warrior of superior physical prowess, who is now available for service. Onwards and service the great plan. Oh, indeed. We gain yourselves a Saurus Scarvet, named Hot Rabarber. Hot Rabarber. You come on down here. We need to hunt down Garrett, who's chasing Gor-Rok around. So now Gor-Rok, now the plan is we need to probably turn around and deal with Morlock. I don't think the defenders of Oxial... I don't think the defenders of Oxial will be able to defend themselves. Not even a little bit. Hitting the Southern Sentinels will make sure we continue our alignments. Yeah, tough call. We'll have the Croxicor come down and help. Gor-Rok, onwards. We need to sack more settlements. This one will also have to fight, though, because I don't trust auto-resolve here. A decisive victory with medium casualties. Yeah, that'll be rude to our boys here. We've got all the barrier. That'll definitely keep us protected on the way in, and more physical resistance as long as we're fighting. We don't have all that much attack, but... does that really matter when death approaches? Let's get him. Alright then, so let's see. We can't see how the rats are deployed. Fair enough. How can we kind of clump them up? I think we just attack how we normally do. I was gonna say, how can we clump them up so we can hit them with as many Itza booms as possible? I think we attack as normal. They will almost always set up their artillery teams here, so what we're gonna do is we'll have our Blessed Chameleon Skinks. Gotta make sure we're deploying in the right spot, otherwise they can't actually make it to those walls. Set them up over here behind here, so just in case any shenanigans happens. And they get spotted early. We will send Gor-Rok and the Bastiladon. Normally I send them up top here, but I'm going to send them down below. With Croak as well. We'll have a lot of our Javelins go up top. Bring one of them this way because there's almost no units can fit over here, so kind of have to keep them back. They do have several minutes below summons. We'll have to make sure our Saurus are ready to engage, but we'll keep most of our guys back. Let's take the spears up top. We'll have all the mean fighters down below. Don't want them to be getting hit by the artillery to start this. Pull them back. Saurus can come with Gor-Rok, and then we'll have the two Mace boys coming with him as well. Let's get up on the hill. The Chameleons are all expendable except for the Blessed. Beautiful. We'll even keep Croak back and let him keep charging up his Winds of Magic for the huge deliverance of Itza 3. And we'll pull these guys back. Alright then. That'll begin. Gor-Rok and the Bastiladon get on in there and beat down those gates. There's the artillery there. Can't fire that far up, so let's go ahead and move up to kind of the edge of this towers. Not showing us how far the towers can shoot. Interesting. My lord is under attack. Get up on those walls. I'm gonna keep Croak in the middle of these Saurus warriors with shields just in case. seeing the barrier on the Saurus, just incredible. Too bad Gor-Rok. Granted, that would be just ridiculous. Let's be honest. Look at him go. You've shot him several times, he's just shrugging it off. Interesting strategy, blow up your own guys on the walls. I'm here for it. Hopefully they can actually sneak up and over without getting caught. We'll see. Keep an eye on this little hidden emblem. I'm gonna definitely forget, but I need to keep an eye on it. They're down off the walls. Time to send the lads in. Send in spears. You guys go up there. Who's firing on us? Pull back a bit. Bubble of nope. Alright, they're doing some pretty sizable damage there. Let's pull the javelins forward. You gotta stay back. Work through the barrier pretty quick, but luckily everything else is still functioning for now. They are all going very to the side. They know my lads are up on the walls. Skinks, let's go ahead and pull away just a bit there. No reason to get attacked. They're still invisible, but the AI knows they're up on the walls, capturing towers. Even though they're both siege attackers, they are not getting through those gates very quickly at all. Oh, Gor-Rok's not a siege attacker. Pull you on back then. I believe we realized this last time as well. Death rained down on them by the gutter runner slings. Spread those boys out so they can start chucking their javelins at wherever they can, and we'll send the team in. Croak, get on in there. Got the ability to drop down the big bombs now. Sending the lads back to protect the Plague Claw catapults. It's a good idea. You have to be aware that the wolf rats there will likely stay up top. The wolf rats will likely, yeah, immediately, as soon as we came down off the walls, they knew they were down. Come on now, AI, you gotta pretend like you're not cheating a little bit. A little bit. Goblins got annihilated. Walls there. The whole thing was foiled by the fact that, man, these guys cannot get through the gates at all. Spawning enemy unit back here in the pack. Uh-huh. So you just knew that I had some chameleon skinks over here, did you? Sorcerer up on the wall with a land rats doing all sorts of strange things to try to stop us from actually doing damage, which it's working out for them. They bombarded the absolute... Okay. That is the most goofy. Can I get them off the walls, or are they stuck? Why can't I get them off the walls? Oh yeah? That's how it's gonna be? Okay. Through those gates, Gor-Rok, come on down. We're gonna see if we can push him past. Obliterated by the catapults there. Not much I can do about it. That's why I was wanting to keep them back until the Plague Claws were taken down. Want to start attacking those gates. Yeah, we can't even get them off the walls for whatever reason. They've decided that they're going to sit there and fall to the end. Let's go ahead and put yourselves over here so you can actually start being invisible again. Gates. Here's our first Itza boom. We'll go for the tier 2. Yeah, our poor javelins. There is no reason to take that much damage. Perfect. He's excellent every time it goes off, just tossing the rats around. Rock, stay here and capture this point. They're just gonna bombard with their artillery. Can't do much about it either. It's great fun. Time to send the boys in. Somehow Menace Below clan rats are actually doing good work over there. Couldn't tell you where all these units keep coming from, but they've got plenty of them. Go for the big bubble of nope first, just to keep everyone protected, and then we'll drop down the Itza boom. They keep opening the gates, but my Bastillodon's too dumb to get through. Down here and help out. There we go. Those units should turn and run immediately. Lord Croak, get over here and start trying to tear these gates down. Go for the unbreakable for all units. Rip these clan rats to shreds. Get them up the walls too. Crash in here. I'm just gonna send Gor-Rok back after the Plague Claw catapults. Just ignore everyone else, basically. Forrest, you pull back, try to capture this point. We've got to get in there. Kind of our biggest issue. Chameleon's in now. Likely the Hounds will change targets to go after them because that's how they like to be. Capture that zone so we can get in there. These sieges are a nightmare. Our spearmen are starting to run out of steam. Rampaging out, they're going to start taking all sorts of free damage. Nearly through those gates, though, the Hounds have surrounded Gor-Rok. Somehow they're actually getting some damage through. Come on, keep moving in. You guys in from behind. Alright, we're in. Purge and kill the beasts. It's a boom here. Swords at the top are having all sorts of problems. They are earning their keep. Good old fight wherever Hannibal is. It tends to be the strategy for most of the rats. Bubble of nope as they come on in. Javelins get on forward. I don't think they can take down that blocker fast enough. Go for the Itza boom. Here, just trying to finish off some of these fools as we rush in. Go after the wolf rats. Skinks move on through. Gor-Rok's taking a lot of damage. Guys, charge the next group. This is just a mess up here. Saurus warriors come on through. We just need you guys to deal with the Night Runners, to be honest. Somehow the clan rats are holding in. We're not sure. The sheer amount of Plague Claw catapults they have access to is causing us some issues. Tear that blocker down. Croak, come on through. Let's go for the Itza boom back here on these clan rats. Come stand over here behind you and start launching some poison at them. And rest in peace, the Saurus on the walls. They were fighting hard the entire time. Okay, they're gonna come out in front and attack my, Oi. Like it's the AI, it's like playing against that one friend. Come on over and attack my Saurus. Do it. We need to get up on the walls here, but it looks like they're about to break. Come on, Croak. Drop down the goodies. How How are you doing that? That is the most point blank. Just barely launching them. Look at that accuracy. Not a single one of those is splashing down in friendly units. If that's my plague claw catapults, they are destroying friendly units. Man, that accuracy. Big Bubble and Note can't even help. Flame Rat Spears are causing us issues. Just a very strange battle this was. Alright, they're running. That should break things. Escaping slaves and their insane leadership here. They're getting flanked, and they are still not dropping. Man. Once that Warlord breaks, I think that should see the rest of them off. There it is. A very strangely hard-fought victory. I guess there were 3,000 of them total. Man, doesn't seem like there's that many rats behind these walls. And we're back. Quick jump cut. We had a package arrive from the Amazon that needed seeing to. So, after that battle there, we managed to close it out in a close victory, which is a little bit worse than the auto-resolve did think we were going to do. Turns out when you don't use Gor-Rok as a single-entity duelist, you take a lot more damage, especially when we let those Plague Claw catapults get all sorts of free shots into our skink cohort, just kind of obliterating them with all sorts of free lime jello. Got a whole bunch of kills across the board though, so experience should be flying on up in 4 alignments, which is incredible. Go ahead and sack the settlement. And actually, you should be able to stay here, sack the Southern Sentinels one further time. You gain an Artifact Hunter, and then, let's see, can we go into any other good stances? We can go for an Astromancy stance, try to not take too much damage. Vermes likely will hide in the Southern Sentinels this next turn, though. So you know what? Let's go ahead and choose to claim the Southern Sentinels, so we can do a bit more replenishing. I'm just going to go ahead and occupy as is. We've got the red-crested skinks here. You know what? Actually, I think we will grab some of them. A bit of armor piercing, or even just some normal skink skirmishers. They are very slow. What's you guys' missile resist? 20? Not nearly as good as your fellows. 70 range as well, which is just 10 less. That's a conundrum. Red crests are quite a bit more expensive, so you know what, let's just grab some normal skink skirmishers. I might just even grab 1 or 2 units. See up in the north what we can do with Rinki here. He's already bringing in some of the Saurus, so not a lot else he can do. I'd like to bring him down and grab some of the Clever Girls from Oxial before we lose it. Let's go ahead and throw in the upgrade to the insect breeding farm. And we could really double down on the stone makers over here. I think what we'll do instead, though, is grab the skink favelas. So let's grab both if we can. Beautiful. Start helping out with our income a bit more. We are starting to actually make some ground in our alignments, too, which is awesome. Rite of Ferocity about to end, which is really kind of sad. 40% research rate about to drop off. So we're going to be back down to 100. It takes a really long time to get your research underway with the lizards. I bet once you get some of these buildings sorted, you really start to snowball. As I've said several times already. Out of Lord Croak. I think Closed Spirit gets us down to even more movement range for all armies. Growth in all provinces, stability field. Construction time for buildings faction-wide. Then down to the Secrets of Chaos. Passive ability Eclipse, so for an infinite range, and for what, every single time you do cast, it drops everyone's defense, charge bonus, attack, reload skill, and miscast. It gives them some miscast chance. Wow. Melee attack plus 25 for all slan. Turns the big slugs into some actual fighters. After a millennia of hibernation, their minds and bodies finally start to actually become a swole slan real quick. Will of Itza is not... Well, 50% speed is just fine. This gives him regeneration and causes terror. Speed faction-wide. Every single one of his abilities is basically faction-wide, which is exactly as it should be. Yeah, let's go for Composed Spirit. There's too many good ones here for faction-wide buffs. Makes me a bit sad we're not grabbing any more of his magical capabilities, but I think we'll get to that. So let's grab Composed Spirit for a bit more control in his own local province. That's not the important one, though. Alright, we're down to 98 gold. Can we get any good deals with the other Lizardmen around?
Yes.
Trade with the Spine of Sotek dwarves? I would rather not.
Sold.
They don't belong in the Spine of Sotek.
Tomb King of Nehekara.
Let me see, though. I think we can have, like, one set of allies, right? We can be allies with possibly the bearded things in the unpleasant climate.
And what can the Dawi do for you?
Check the objectives real quick, and then we will then decide to make the Dawi our allies. They stay in the mountains. I'm happy to keep them there. So for the long victory, you need to have through vassals and military allies. Oh yeah, no, as long as we make buddies with them, that's just fine. So besides the wood elves, then we'll allow Hugrim Breadaxe to survive, as he will give us some lovely units that belong to the Dawi. I'm not going to give him any military access, so he doesn't come traipsing through our lands and try to claim new territories. If he wants to fight anyone, he can go be against Kotep's deserters.
I agree.
Sweet. Some more gold then through some more trade, which is excellent. Unless that makes this clan of Sotek angry. Nope, they do not. They just don't like us trespassing, which fair enough. Alright, perfect. That's all we can get to for this turn. Then let's go ahead and end the turn and see if we can't strike out against Orn finally. SFO is actually giving them quite a bit more garrison than they would normally have. Okay, so Soltek, or the Cult of Sotek, has themselves a big magical toad now, and Oxiel has been finally besieged. Yeah, we figured Morlock would be get up to this at some point here. Oxiel would give them a whoa. That's a absolute ton of Skaven. You have nothing but Skaven Slave Slingers? I mean, there's a chance we win this one. Basically, we send Zomimo after Morlock, try to bring him down pretty quickly. He should win that fight. 33 and 62, as opposed to 45 and... he's got really decent melee stats, better than you'd expect. Sweet. We may start off the next episode then with a battle against Morlock and his absolute horde of Skaven Slave Slings, but for now I'm out of time for today. I have been at Space Wizard War. Leave a like for the Light God and a sub for the Sub Zone. We'll see you on the next one.